If you want to see your portfolio improve, you may want to look at self-storage, the place where you put your old sofas. Prime investment right now. Joining me is Michael Knott, Managing Director of Green Street Advisors. Michael also won the Wall Street Journal's Best on the Street Award in the real estate category in 2009. I hope you don't mind us bragging about you there, Michael, but we just want to tell people why they should listen to what you say. Let me ask you real quick, you know, in bad economic times, isn't storage one of the first things that you cut when you going down your list of monthly bills?
Well, just to take a step back, self-storage is an interesting business. It's an unsexy business, but it's a great business, and that's part of what makes it great. It's more Larry the Cable Guy than Kim Kardashian.
Why is it a great business?
Well, it has pretty steady demand profile. The cash flow characteristics are really good. It's performed really well over a long period of time, and from a real estate standpoint, it avoids kind of the Achilles heel of a lot of real estate businesses, which is a lot of capital expenditure. So it's a very cash flow oriented business, and the sector has done really well historically. And you're right, you would think that demand would suffer during a downturn. In fact, it did suffer during 2009, but it's really bounced back pretty quickly in 2010 and especially in 2011.
Now, we're talking about storage REITs today, which generally trade at a premium to the real estate itself. They're also generally more expensive than the stock. So why would you focus on the REITs in this group?
The REITs perform really well against other REITs. If you look at the long-term total return history, the stocks do really well. The underlying property cash flow growth is far superior historically to most property types. And then when you layer in the fact that capital expenditures are pretty low, so if you own other types of property, you're going to be constantly writing very large checks to keep your buildings fully leased and occupied, and in self-storage you really avoid that, and that's been a real boon to the sector over time.
But why do you think the REIT is a better bet than the stock, or, you know, trying to get involved in investing outright?
Well, it's a really tough business. It's a very fragmented business. It's very operationally intensive, and part of what the REITs have in their quiver in terms of prowess in the industry is that bigger is better in this business, and they have tons of scale, and smaller operators have trouble keeping up with the investments they can make in terms of internet marketing, et cetera, and they have a big advantage there in a fragmented business. They're really best of breed, and they are the best players in the industry and the biggest players.
I know that last year these REITs had a blockbuster year averaging 35% versus the normal real estate REIT was up about 4%, I think it was. What makes you, or 8%, pardon me, what makes you think they're going to do it again?
Well, I think it's tough to expect a repeat of 2011. They were the best sector, as you noted, by a wide margin. And part of that was because the expectations bar for underlying property cash flow kept getting exceeded each and every quarter, and the outlook kept getting brighter and brighter, and investors kept bidding up the stocks, and so they did much better in 2011 than anything else. So we at Green Street continue to think that self-storage is going to be a long-term winner over the next 5 or 10 years. So we feel very confident about the long-term outlook for the sector. But at the same time, I think it's tough to expect a repeat of 2011. But we expect it to be a great performer over longer time frames.
Real quick, do you have a pick in the group, or can you tell us how to identify the best REIT in this group?
Well, the best REIT, the gold standard in the group is Public Storage. They're the 800-pound gorilla. They've done really well. They have one of the best CEOs in the entire REIT business, Ron Havner. Extra Space Storage is actually our favorite pick in the sector from a valuation standpoint. It doesn't trade as richly as Public Storage, but it's still a very good company at a reasonable price. We've had a buy on that for almost 2 years, and it's been a very good performer.
Michael Knott, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.